Hi everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a one brand get ready with me for a mature face using only NYX products. Anyway, I wanted to experiment and see whether or not NYX was something that could be worn on an older face. So we're going to go through that journey together, and here we go. And I've already put on my skincare, my sunscreen, all that jazz, and decided to go with the Angel Veil primer. So we're going to put that on. This reminded me of and performed almost exactly like my Hourglass Mineral Veil. Now the Angel Veil primer, it kind of comes out like a lotion, but it goes on and it's like a silky feeling. I would say after 3 weeks of wearing these cosmetics that this has good longevity. If you're interested in your makeup lasting you all day long, then this primer is really good. I'm going to go ahead and put an eye base on. Now, sometimes I use this. This is I already had this because I use it. I use this and Milk, both. But this is an actual white eyeshadow base. It's really good. I like this a lot whenever I'm going to apply pigments or something like that. I like this. I find it a little bit stickier than your average eye primer. So I'm going to use this. This is not what it's for. This is NYX's HD Concealer. I did not like this as a concealer. I heard them say over at the Ulta that this was supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. It's not. I heard another girl say it's a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Skin one. It's not. I mean, this settled into fine lines and wrinkles as a concealer for me. So I wasn't for that. But I did find that I could go ahead and use it as an eye primer. What I did like instead was this NYX Dark Circle Concealer. And I find that it's almost a dead ringer from my Laura Mercier. And I thought that did a pretty good job. It's kind of a peachy tone. And I only take it very lightly. Do not use a bunch of this. I took it very lightly where I had some darkness. So anyway, this I found wasn't too bad if you want a NYX product that will conceal dark circles. Now, if you leave it on its own, it still will get into your fine lines and wrinkles. So that's why you follow it up with this. I got this HD powder from NYX, and this is in the banana. They have translucent and a couple of other colors. I really do think I like this. I'm going to take it on the pencil brush and just right there where I put that concealer, I'm just going to dab it on there. And as long as you don't get overdone with it, it does fine. But what I really like it for is going over my HD concealer on my eyes. Might as well just finish with this brush because this will crease. This is going to help the shadows glide on a little better. I went for the NYX Lid Lingerie because I wanted to try their pigments. And so I could go purple or bronze. So I picked this matte palette. We're going to do not the purple. I know, it kind of looks like I should probably do the purple look today. We're not going to do the purple look today because I'm tired of it. We're going to do the bronzy kind of look today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to come into this shade here, which actually does have quite a bit of pickup. If you're interested in knowing, this is the Wayne Goss 03 Large Eyeshadow Crease Brush. I am going to come into this lighter shade just to kind of buff this out a little bit. It does pretty good to lighten. As you can see, it kind of blends out the top of that. Okay, so I really do like this brown right here, and I'm gonna come right into the crease. Just running it right at the bottom of that rusty color that we laid down. All I'm interested in doing is deepening my crease just a little bit.
This is the Chikuhodo Takumi T8 pencil brush.
All right, now I'm going to bring that same color down underneath my eye right here. Just real soft. I think that these pigments are, you get quite a bit. It would probably take you a lifetime to go through all of it. And it did have a sifter on the top, but I pulled it out because with the sifter in there, no matter how hard I shook this thing, nothing was coming out. Then I tried to make the holes bigger and it still wouldn't. So I just took it off and I just put some in here. Now, differences between this and say a MAC pigment. I'm not going to say this isn't pretty, but it's not a MAC pigment. So just letting you know that. It is going to do what I want though, which is bump this eye look here on the lid. So I got that wet with some MAC Fix Plus.
You can just use water.
That pigment in there. And I'm going to bring it all over the eyelid. Now the NYX pigments do have really fine micro glitter in them. Nothing that's going to come off on your face, but it's not the same as a MAC pigment. But as you can see, that's shining up quite a bit. It's like a pretty penny. And I'm going to stick right here, just right on the lid.
Kept hoping that if I stayed right here low on the lid, it wouldn't transfer up into my crease, but it always did every single time. And now you're going to see me go in with the brown shadow, cover it up, but before this is ever over with, it will transfer back up there from blinking.
I've been through 3 of the foundations at NYX. Just keep taking it back because it's terrible. But every single one of these will end up settling into your wrinkles. Right, so I'm not really fond of the NYX foundations. But I don't like foundations, period, that are in like a dropper. That are liquid like this in a drop.
They finally settled and stopped on this one because Ulta was getting sick and tired of me returning NYX foundations after 3 or 4 days.
I had one by Dior, hated it, and everyone loved it but me. Tarte Rainforest, hated it, everybody else loved it but me. This, same thing, it's a liquid. It's just a liquid. I don't like that. To me, it's messy and bleh. But here we go. So what I do is I squeeze a dropper of it into my hand and it's watch, hold it steady because it's really liquidy. And then I just put it on my face. I've tried these things with my fingers with a brush, with a beauty blender. And I find that they all work the best with a beauty blender. That stick one, I hated it so bad. That was the worst offender, I think, was that stick one. And me and powders, that we just don't get along. So a powder foundation with me, I'll never like. So that one killed it. But the stick one, oh my gosh. Right after I was finished putting on the foundation, it was already in every wrinkle I had, and some I didn't know I had. It didn't stick around. It was a terrible foundation, so. But my point was that, when you have a stick foundation, they say that the best thing to use is a brush, right? No, with that one, the best thing to do was with a beauty blender. As well as I think this one does best with a beauty blender. Now, this goes on initially very well. It looks good for a couple of hours, and then it starts looking bad. But with that primer, it does stay on all day long. Looking bad. This is a NYX eyeliner. It's called Golden Bronze. And I'm going to use that under my eyes. It's not going to last in the waterline. It won't. It'll be gone by the time I'm done with my makeup. It won't stay there. But it is still really pretty. Just right under. So now I'm going to come in with this. This is the Wonder Stick. I don't need it, but I wanted to try it because it's part of the one brand. This is not a bad product, but I do prefer Wet n Wild's.
I want to take that back. I did go back and compare them side by side, and I have to say that I really do like the NYX better than the Wet n Wild. So I was wrong.
If I'm going to go for this, well, I really like Lancomes, but not this part. I don't like this part, the highlighting part of Lancome. I like the contour part of Lancome. This one's not too bad, but it's not as good as the Lancome one. The Lancome one is really good. It's creamy. It blends out pretty good with a beauty blender. I don't know about a brush. See how easy that blends out? Now, as I said, I don't know how it would do with a brush. But with a beauty blender, it does good. Now flip this around to a side that's not been used and tap out the highlight.
I really like this thing a lot more than the Smashbox sticks. I know, surprising, but I mean, I think for the price, I don't mind that you go through this really fast.
Next, I have to apologize. I'm certain now that the next product I'm going to use, I have before. In an empties video, I threw it against the wall, said the most terrible things about it, and I know now that it was a dud because I've had 2 of these now. It's the Micro Brow Pencil from NYX. So I bought one, it was the wrong shade and I had to take it back, but it went on perfectly, and this one as well. So, sorry. This is actually better than a couple of other little pencils like this because it does have a hardness to it that allows you to draw hairs that don't blend together. So, but yet it's creamy enough to do your brow. So it's actually a very good pencil. See how I can just flick, 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 and it just makes these little hairs that don't all blend together.
Other pencils that I like that are like this are the L'Oreal Brow Stylist and the Anastasia Brow Wiz.
All right, so let's do a check. I have not put on my blush yet, and I can already see the foundation inside of the wrinkles on my forehead. So I'm tapping them out.
I skipped the step that I was doing earlier with this, and that was to actually use the setting spray right after the foundation application.
I went for an ombre blush. This one is called Sweet Things. Okay. I love it. It's beautiful, but it doesn't hang around. Okay. It's like in 3 hours, you're like, where'd my blush go? So, I know NYX makes better blushes than this, so I think I just got the wrong kind. I shouldn't have got the ombre one, but it looked pretty, so I wanted it. I know they do. I know they make better blushes, so maybe not get the ombre. Now, let me show you something. This looks scary. Oh, that looks scary? Does that look scary? It doesn't come off like that. So I'm just going to tap that right there and push up. It's a pretty blush. I just wish it hung around a while. I'm going to be honest with you, I've used the NYX eyelash primer before and it was the worst primer I've ever used. So I refused to buy it again and thought we're going alone with just the mascaras. And the first mascara that I bought was NYX Doll Eye. And I was really disappointed in this. So I went back and I got NYX Curvaceous. And I'm even more disappointed in this. I do want to say though, this looks absolutely gorgeous on your lower lashes. Both these mascaras take about 4 times using them. Before that, it's like, what was the point in doing that? It doesn't hold a curl. There's no stopper in here that scrapes the gunk off. But I have used it enough now that it is going to start showing up a little bit. So here we go. You'll see what I mean about the lower lashes though here in just a second. Because you want mascara, or I do, I want mascara on my lower lashes. I want it to be long and you notice my lower lashes. But what I don't want is for them to be, like tarantulas coming off my face. So I think this mascara does a really good job on the lower lashes. Okay, I want to stop and point out, I'm not even done with my makeup yet, and the pigment is already traveled all the way up here just from blinking, and you saw that I did not put it anywhere near the part that would touch anything. I will put a coat of Curvaceous on my top lashes now so you can see the difference. This one has a stopper. You can hear it coming out. It's kind of a drier mascara. It has this kind of a wand. I'm using Curvaceous as sort of a primer for the doll. Okay, so now I'm going to take the doll lash and come over the top of the Curvaceous. And I just feel like there are so many better drugstore mascaras. Okay, now this looks like it's there, right? Okay, this is acceptable. It's curling up, right? But no, in about 15 minutes, they'll be poker straight. Okay, so now I'm going to use this lip liner. I do like these NYX suede lip liners. This is called Tea and Cookies. And I'm going to go outline my lips here. Okay. And now I'm going to take this lipstick here. I decided to go for their butter line. I might try some of their others sometime. I do like these. I think they're very moisturizing. They feel really good on your lips. This one is called Pops. I think that's a gorgeous shade. And, you know, because it's the butter line, you really don't need to go over it with one of their glosses, but you could. I found that these NYX butter glosses are excellent. And, you know, a lot of times you don't even need to put a lipstick on because they're tinted. So this last product that I'm going to use here, I think is a really good one, and I think that you should probably consider these. That would be the NYX Illuminators. Okay, now I have them in the powder form. They come in a liquid form too, I guess. Rainalyn, she did that. Do you know Rainalyn? She lives in Hawaii. She sent me this beautiful postcard. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, going to Hawaii is such a dream of mine. And I don't know if I'll ever really get to do it. But this sits on my desk so I can look at it. It says, Hawaii's volcano meets the sea. And look how gorgeous that is. Rainalyn bought the cream ones, the ones in the tube. I'll link her video below, so if you want to check those out, you can. But I bought these. I bought the powders. Now, I got 2 shades. I thought were just gorgeous, and on the camera I don't know if you can see a difference. Okay, so this one's called Enigmatic and this one is called Chaotic. Right, now let's talk about these. You could take, say you don't want the intensity of a lot of highlighters out there. These work perfect. You know how the Hourglass ambient light powders work? And some ladies like to use them as, you know, very subtle highlights. And some ladies like me tend to go in with a powder brush and just go all over your face. It's a pushback kind of thing, light that gives you that lit from within look. These are like Hourglass ambient light powders. Let me show you. So you could take a fan brush. Today I'm going to use Enigmatic. Okay, you could use a fan brush, sweep it over the top of this, and as you can see by looking at it, it's just the tiniest amount, and then hit at the top of your cheekbones with it. And it's just very subtle. Doesn't even hardly look like it's there. You just really have this pretty something going on, but not, oh, she's wearing a highlighter. Okay. Or you can do like you would with your ambient light powders and just take your powder brush and dip in there and then smush all over your face. It's gorgeous. I love these. These are so pretty. So pretty. I'm going to take and come down here with it. Okay, so I'm going to fix my hair and I'll be right back. I hope you enjoyed that and that you can make an informed decision for your mature face whether or not NYX is a brand that you can wear or not. I liked the lipsticks a lot. And these were my absolute favorite, these illuminators. So I thought, okay, when I found out that this was being discontinued, I bought 2 more. Okay, I managed to score 3. And I thought, I'm going to hoard these away. Then I thought, you know what? Why not share the wealth? I mean, it's not like I'm having a shortage of lipsticks over here. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do a little giveaway. What I'm going to do is I am actually going to give 2 people an illuminator and a Pops lipstick. Okay, and here's why. I do love these a lot. But when it comes right down to it, if you spend a lot of money on a product, you're going to use that product. You're going to use it before you use the lower end products because you paid so much money for them. So I'm not going to use these even though they're great because I have to use all the other stuff.
I will tell you this, when I'm done through with my ambient light powders, I'll replace them with these if they're still around.
So I thought, okay, why would these just sit around? They're terrific products. So what I'm going to do is one person is going to win Chaotic and Pops, and one person is going to win Enigma and Pops. And I'm not going to be commenting on the video because of the giveaway. If you want to be entered for the giveaway, then all you have to say down in the comments is, I have been enlightened on NYX. Say that, okay? Say, I've been enlightened on NYX. I want to thank you for being the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not part of the family and you want to be, then just go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. And don't forget to
ring my bell, ring my bell.
That way you'll be notified of every video that I make. As soon as I make it, like it goes to your email and then you'll be like,
Ah, she has a new video.
and then you go watch it and I'll be really happy. That's probably not what will happen, but let's pretend. All right then. If you're not having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
Slick your hair and wear your buckle shoes. And all that jazz, I hear the Father Dip is gonna play the blues. And all that jazz, you can shake, 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 shake your pigment, shake your pigment, shake, 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 shake your pigment. Yeah, you get nothing. Now I keep wanting to sing Chicago. Got a little motto, always sees me through. When you're good to mama, mama's good to you. There's a lot of favors I'm prepared to do. You do one for mama, mama do one for you. I'm eating my words. Can I do that backwards? Eat my words? Oh, I was wrong. This is called tea and cookie. Why don't you just belch all over everybody? Did you feel that? Do you guys need a wet one to wipe yourself off now? Sorry, love you so much. If you're not part of the Fritzy family, then just hit the subscribe button. You know, I get tired of my tongue getting caught up on words. And if you're not part of the Fritzy family, then just hit the subscribe button. Why can't you say that word? It's button, not button. Hit the button.